Most of the time when I've been covering Jazz Plaza, it has been musicians or music industry people. But Jazz Plaza is also a festival. And in addition to musicians coming from all over the world, the audience has people from all over the world. And I thought it would be fun this year to add the perspectives of a couple of regular attendees because they usually see the festival probably from a slightly different perspective than I do because of what I do. And with me is Kostas Polyzonis uh, from and right now in Greece. We tried to do this call while he was still in Havana and had some technical issues, but he was definitely on the ground there. Kostas, welcome. How many years have you been going to Jazz Plaza now?
I think my first time was in 2010, and I've
2010?
been most times ever since. I might have missed once or twice.
But you've been to probably at least a dozen of them, if not more.
That's right, yes.
What drew you there the very first time?
Sorry, I didn't hear you.
Oh, what made you decide the very first time?
Well, I'm a jazz fan, and I'm a big Cuban music fan. In summer 2010, I traveled to Cuba for the first time with a friend, and then as December approached, because the Jazz Plaza was in December at the time, I decided I wanted to go again on my own, and I did.
Mhm. Tell us about your experiences this year. What did you see? What did you like best?
Well, it was great as always. The thing with Jazz Plaza is that there are multiple venues at the same time, so it's really hard to choose. The music starts at 2 in the afternoon at an open space called the Papillon, and it goes on until 5 in the morning at another open space called Casa de la Cultura de Plaza. So the problem, and between that you've got 4 or 5 different theaters in the evening. So the problem is to choose what to see and what to miss.
What were your favorites this year?
Well, my favorites were Zule Guerra did a great homage to Elis Regina. I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right. I don't speak Portuguese. And well, Roberto Fonseca as always, Arturo Farrell as always. Uh, Hold on, I'll need to check my notes because I don't remember everything I saw every single day. Hold on a moment. Synthesis were great at the Fábrica dell'Arte Cubano, which is owned by the son. Synthesis is basically a couple, and the son owns the Fábrica. So they played there as part of the festival.
And it does have art as well as music. I've been there. It's quite a venue.
Mhm. And then there were some extra concerts that were not part of the festival, but happened at the same time, which were great, such as Ernán López-Nussa on a rooftop restaurant. Also, Brenda Navarette at another rooftop. Lots of great music going on. And every night, the last bands that were playing at the Casa de la Cultura de Plaza were Cuban dance music bands rather than jazz. So I got to see Los Van Van, Elito Reve, Alain Perez, and Michael Blanco.
One thing that I noticed in reading the programming that was a little bit different from some prior years, there used to be especially heavy concentrations in jazz clubs like Lazorio, Cuervo, Jazz Cafe, which of course has been closed for a while. and some of the hotels. I noticed this year it looked like there were either a lot of new clubs or clubs that have been around for a while that don't normally do jazz and did some for the festival maybe. What was your experience when you were going from place to place?
Well, are you talking about the main festival program or the extra stuff happening?
The extra stuff.
The extra stuff, yes. There are a number of restaurants and clubs and bars that put on music as well. Do you want me to list them?
Sure.
Yeah, one is called H Bar. It's on the corner of 23 and H in Vedado. And they had music every evening from 11 to 1 in the morning from bands that were playing at the festival as well, plus some jam sessions. Another one is Fangio, also in Vedado, which is a rooftop. Another one is Encuentro, but I don't think they have more. I think they have live music there all year long, once or twice a week. I don't think it was a festival thing there. And of course, another place called Yarini in Havana, in Havana Vieja, which is another great rooftop restaurant. I got to see there Roberto Fonseca a few days before the festival started, and they had more music going on, but I didn't go because I was going to the festival.
Okay. Are there any impressions of the city you would like to share?
Well, I've been going quite often, so I didn't really see any change. Maybe somebody who hasn't been there in a few years would have noticed more things. There were no power outages this time, which was nice. And the hotel that's being built in Vedado across the street from Coppelia is almost ready.
Yeah, that's huge. I saw a photo of that. It's sort of
I'm reading right. The Casa Particular one I'm reading is right behind that, on Street 25.
Is that the view out of your window? Or?
Well, yeah. No noise problems, but sometimes they close the corner and that. Nothing about the festival, that because of the hotel being built, sometimes the corner of 25 and L is closed.
Okay.
And the taxis cannot leave me outside my house, my home.
Okay. Anything else you'd like to share about your trip?
Well, can't think of anything really, because I got to see so much music that it's all a bit hazy right now. It's I'm a little confused.
If you were to say one thing to someone who's never been before, what would that be?
Well, if they like that sort of music, definitely go. It's really worth it. I mean, I'm crossing the Atlantic to see this. If you like this music and you live in the States, do go.
Yeah, the States is a much faster trip when all of the airports are vacated. So, thank you, Kostas. And we didn't run into each other in person this year, but maybe next year.
Maybe next year. I know you travel for other festivals as well, the Fiesta de Tambor and the Industry Festival and stuff. I can only go once a year, being from Europe, and not being a professional. But I do hope I run into you next year at Jazz Plaza.
Thanks again.
the body, there must be a higher love. Higher love is still good. When I lay like this, wasted time, look inside your heart, I will look inside mine. Things look so bad everywhere in this world, but it's fine. We're on the line and the dice falling behind what could be. Words are turning, hand me on. My legs in our ears and standing there alone. Yearning, and it's real for me. There must be someone who is here for me. Because we're bad everywhere, and there's nowhere what's fair. We find the light and try to see, flowing behind what could be.